year hanging in there. We're almost done with January.
I know, hard to believe.
Yeah.
That feels like it's gone by in a blink.
That is hard to believe, yeah. Anyways, thanks for hanging out with us on this Wednesday morning. I'm Emily Burris.
And I'm Travis Tyke. Well, the viral craze Wordle likely found its way into your daily routine by now. I know it's part of the morning team.
Right. Either you're playing it or you're annoyed by all the people who are.
There are very few people out there that at least don't know about it anymore, one way or another. Did you do your Wordle today?
I did my Wordle today. First time trying it on hard mode.
Oh, same with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it actually went well, believe it or not. Anyway, this is fascinating. A new report suggests how you approach the word game actually says a lot about how you approach life.
Huh.
I know.
Okay.
So an article recently published by NPR explains how you play the daily game reveals a lot about how you actually see the world. So the report mentions taking risks versus playing it safe. So when choosing words, do you blindly choose your guesses or do you bank on luck or do you proceed with caution? So like, are you kind of just feeling just a certain word that day that makes sense to you or do you have some thought behind it? Also, how you choose your first word can reveal how superstitious you are. Some people start with the same guess, and finally, the game can just show you, or it can just show how strategic of a person you really are when the pressure is there. So, what kind of Wordle player are you?
Oh, okay. So I guess I'm probably a more cautious, maybe superstitious person. I start with the same word every day. Well, one of two words.
Okay.
But it was a strategy move. So I picked, words that have common letters and at least two vowels. So that's, you're checking a lot of boxes there for your first guess. But yeah, I always start with the first, same first or one of two words. And then there've been a couple times where I've gone rogue on the second guess, where you put a word in that is wrong because it's not using all of the clues that you got in the first one, but you want to eliminate more vowels or different letters.
I've been there as well.
I've done that a couple times, but I tend to try and, play it safe. I've got my strategy. I try to stick with the letters that I know are in there.
Yep, that's all. I try to, I guess I'm pretty similar to that.
Yeah.
I started off with the strategy of at least three vowels, try to eliminate three vowels off the bat.
I think that's good.
And then, two consonants, and hopefully one of those consonants is a pretty common one. You know, you got your Wheel of Fortune rules, R-S-T-L-N-E, right? Oh, E's
good
obviously
guidelines.
a vowel. R-S-T-L-N, I guess.
Yeah.
And then today I went rogue, and it actually did not go well.
Oh.
And then we got one lucky guess, and that brought me right back into the ball game.
There
So
you go.
interesting strategy. So I guess we're kind of predictable people if you
Maybe
go according to Wordle life strategy.
Yeah, I mean, so people who play a different Wordle word to start with every day. If you
It's just
pick a
chaos
word,
out there.
Do you enjoy living in chaos? Do you drive a different way to work every day?
Just disorder.
I
know,
that stresses me
stressful.
out just to think about it. Who are you people?
They're probably very artistic and creative.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe, I like to think that my Wordle record is probably better than theirs because I have strategy and discipline. But that's just me.
Only one way to find out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of measuring intelligence, high school students, you can put aside those #2 pencils. The SAT exam is now going digital. Administrators said they're making the change as more colleges make standardized tests optional for admission. Students will use their own laptops or tablets, but they'll still need to take the test at a supervised site. They'll also have 2 hours to complete it instead of 3. So the new format switches over in 2024, but this is a change that we're seeing, I think that was kind of exacerbated or accelerated in the pandemic of the standardized tests just not being as big of a part of college admissions as they used to be.
I remember there being a section where you had to write a paragraph in cursive or something like that.
Yeah, the SAT, they added the essay part of the test. I think while we were in high school was when they added that on.
And didn't you have to do it in cursive?
Did you? I don't remember.
There was something about there being a cursive component. Maybe it was just signing your name in cursive.
Yeah, I think you just had to sign your name.
But it specifically had to be in cursive, which I don't even think is taught anymore.
No.
Yeah.
I just remember having to hand write that much on a deadline.
Yeah.
My hand was like cramping. It was a lot.
You probably did well on your SATs.
I did.
Do you remember your score?
I don't remember my SAT score.
I don't remember my score at all.
I did okay. I remember, I think I took both the SAT and the ACT twice. I did solid on the SAT, but I got a 35 out of 36 on the ACT.
Wow.
And after that was when I was like, we're done.
We're done. I did not
here.
take the ACT. I know I did the SAT. Kelly, did you take the SAT or the ACT?
I took the SATs. I only took it once when I got into my college. I was just like, good enough.
You're like, yep, good, done.
I'm fine. I would try it again.
Did you get a
I'm the
perfect
coast.
score?
I did not, actually. I did real well in math, obviously, but writing was great. Reading was okay. So I didn't, smash the test, but I feel like going digital is going to be a game changer for some of those folks.
Yeah.
I do also remember the cursive, though, Travis.
Right?
There was a paragraph we had to write in cursive.
That's the only part I think I did well on that entire test. So I think that's why I remember
Your Z's
it.
came out
So
perfect.
random. I do like that it's like less of an emphasis now, though, because some
Totally.
kids really stress about taking, you get that test taking anxiety.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you work your whole school career to come down to this one test. It's just
I know.
nuts.
It's like
So,
how well you do under pressure doesn't define
yeah.
how
I've had
intelligent
friends
you are.
take prep
It's-
courses and
yeah.
spend, Saturdays for months studying for the SAT. It just, it's wild.
It is
So-
wild.